truth behind Jimin's name. Unlike RM, V, Sugar, and J-Hope, fans can proudly say they know Jimin's real name since he also uses it as his BTS stage name. But unless you're family, a close friend, or a super loyal fan, you'd never know the real truth behind the name. Don't worry, we'll tell you. Unlike most of us, the idol didn't get to pick his name, and neither did his parents. The name Jimin was given by his grandfather, and to get the name, his grandfather combined the syllable Ji, meaning wisdom, and Min, which meant sky in Hangugo, the official language of South Korea. So it goes without saying that his grandfather wanted him to be a wise person whose wisdom reached the sky and could be seen by all. Cool name if you think about it. And with the amount of excellence Jimin has achieved, we think the idol has already made his grandfather proud. We're just grateful he didn't use his initial stage names, Baby J and Young Kid. Number 9. He has regular medical issues. Big hits, BTS are no strangers to medical issues, and we can see that from the sad incident of Sugar's appendix that had him return to Korea for surgery, V's medical condition, RM and Jin's accident, Chon Jungkook's minor car crash last year, among others. Unlike his Hyungs, Jimin has had by far more medical issues at very crucial moments than anyone in the group. Incidents like the 2017 Macau concert, the Osaka concert, and the Graham Norton show have caused the community great pains as ARMY fans everywhere have taken to Twitter with the hashtag #GetWellSoonJimin to wish the idol well and appeal to the star to take it easy. It's also worth noting that Jimin has been bandaged almost everywhere and suffers from neck pains, upper and lower back pains. The idol also has blood pressure issues and has fainted several times from exhaustion. Number 8. He's got an impressive resume. It's now an official fact that fans would never reach an agreement on whom the most talented member of BTS is. But if we were to choose, our pick would definitely include Jimin. His vocal and dancing skills are beyond equal. But dancing isn't the only thing the star is great at, seeing that he's built quite the resume with his exceptional skills in skincare and therapy, which would explain his fondness for makeups and his great looks. So we don't grudge the fact that he takes over 100 pictures a day and has gathered over 6,000 pictures in his phone alone. And don't get carried away by his face, because the star has studied kendo for over 8 years and has a black belt in taekwondo. This goes to show that Jimin isn't just a cutie, but a badass cutie too. Number 7. All the schools he attended are now closed. Unlike RM with an IQ of 143, or Jin who's already graduated and now pursuing his masters, within BTS, Jimin is one member who owes a lot, especially his dancing success, to his prior education in school. School to Jimin isn't about the IQ and degrees, but about the opportunities it provided him. As one of his teachers in high school paid for his college fees, his college teacher had suggested he try out Big Hit's audition for BTS, and it was in college that he first met V, and they became great friends. But the sad truth is the fact that all but one of the schools he'd attended have all closed down. In 2018, Podong Elementary, where he'd started, shut their doors. Yunsan Middle School had earlier done the same in 2013, and finally, Korean Arts High School, where he received his high school diploma, also closed their doors in 2019. To show how important these schools were to Jimin, the star has reportedly spent over $88,000 to save his schools. Do you think he'll succeed and save these schools from going out of business? Comment below. Number 6. He's very self-conscious about his weight. If you were to ask Jimin what his most favored body part is, he'll always say his eyes, which may come as a surprise to everyone fond of watching him display his macho abs that have become the center of attention whenever fans notice that, due to BTS's tight schedules, the idol has neglected his exercising. However, what very few know is that Jimin has always been self-cautious of his weight, although he can't be considered fat since the heaviest member of the group by weight is Jungkook at 154 pounds, which compared to Jimin's 134 pounds is one of the lightest in the group. Jimin may be suffering from body dysmorphia and exercise addiction that it took the demands of ARMY to stop the idol's self-imposed food reduction, which was no good for him. We're glad he's now doing better. Number 5. Almost didn't make it to the group. Besides his teachers who kick-started his career, Jimin had always drawn inspiration and passion for performance from great artists like Rain, Big Bang's Taeyang, and Chris Brown. Still, it would have all been for nothing because while other BTS members were recruited in 2010, it would take over 2 years for Jimin to join the band as its last member, and as a recruit, he only had 9 months of understudy before the band debuted. And to cap it off, before the debut, he was almost kicked out of the group a total of 8 times, with the most intense happening just 2 days before the group's official debut. In a 2017 broadcast on JTBC, Jimin explained that the reason for this was that he majored in modern dance, so BTS's style was initially difficult for him. We don't even want to imagine where BTS would have been without Jimin. Number 4. He's a perfectionist. One way Jimin has met up and likely surpassed the rest of the group, even J-Hope, in dancing is his work ethics. The idol is a hard worker, sleeps only 3 hours every day, and spends his nights rehearsing. This virtue comes from the fact that he's a natural perfectionist and would never settle for less. Most fans would remember the group's first debut performance on June 2019, No More Dream, as it was the first time Jimin executed the mid-air run on the backs of his fellow bandmates. Fans loved it, but for the Bangtan boys, their performance only earned them a lashing from Jimin, whose desire for perfection was so high he considered the performance a flop. To set the record straight, Jimin has apologized and still regrets that particular behavior towards the group. Number 3. So much talk about his solo track. Although everyone has praised Suga's incredible ability to write at least one song every day, they tend to forget that other members are not too far behind, as they've all got several solo tracks in their name. Jin and Jimin, on the other hand, are more delicate writers when it comes to creating music, seeing that they both have the least solo tracks. Despite the fact that Jimin is BTS's lead vocalist and has an incredible voice, he really doesn't know how to write great songs and often needs the help of other bandmates. He once gave a song he'd written to Suga, and Suga had responded with, "You call these lyrics?" An honest reference to how bad it was. So when Jimin, with RM's contribution, dropped his solo track Promise, fans were really excited and turned it into an instant hit, allowing the track to shatter Drake's 4.9 million views in 24 hours with 8.5 million views. BTS Army came through for Jimin. Number 2. He's got questionable tattoos. Jimin has captured the hearts of fans everywhere with his cute, sweet persona, but he has also proven several times that he's a bad boy that shouldn't be taken for granted. His muscles, strong stage presence, martial arts skills, and tattoos are evidence enough. The idol's first questionable tattoo was Nevermind. It was tattooed across his ribs and unveiled back in 2014 at the Mama performance. Obviously, it got ARMY everywhere talking, but it only turned out to be a teaser for their intro track Nevermind. However, his latest tattoo, 13, came in March 2020, and though we know it represents both his birthday, 13th of October 1995, and BTS's debut date, the tattoo gathers controversy since the number 13 is often associated with witchcraft and bad luck in various cultures. Although fans are concerned, not everyone can argue with his luck. Number 1. Jimin, a legend in the making. It's not every day we get to see a legend in the making. The prestigious organization responsible for measuring a K-pop idol's marketability, Korea Business Institute, has again honored Jimin with the coveted position of most influential K-pop idol. The star has broken Kang Daniel's 12-month record with his 18th-month record, which, by the way, is still counting. On his birthday last year, Jimin literally became Twitter, seeing that the top 20 worldwide Twitter hashtags were all for him. Jimin is the first and only person to make such an achievement in the world. Plus, he remains the Gallup's 2019 Most Preferred Korea's personality across various age demographics. And when it comes to ranking, the most profound title the idol has held is M-Wave's King of Performance, where 10 million speculators participated in a vote that saw him crowned the King of Performance, best K-pop male who shines on stage. So, if you're an ARMY and Jimin is your bias, then brace yourself because one day he might wear the crown as the King of K-pop.